All right, so we'll give a few minutes for everybody to come back in. This is Digging Life 21. We are a channel about excavation, grading, land clearing, and demolition. We'll give a few minutes. Unfortunately, our last live session went kaput. So I'm just going to hang out here and hopefully everybody comes back in from the previous live. What's up, guys? Let me know who's back in here. Something happened. I froze out or something. Full tilt, my brother. Boom, back in action, Dirt Brute. I don't know what happened, man. Something. I guess maybe when I typed in my email address, it glitched something out. Michael Johnson. Welcome in, Ian, my friend. Yeah, everybody's coming back in pretty quick. We'll just kind of chat. I don't really have a whole lot of points to make tonight, except for that one thing that I was going to talk about that was a great business to scale. Andrew Strudwick, g'day, my friend. G'day. Maybe we'll get some new faces in here. I bet a lot of people didn't know we were live. So we're just going to give it a few minutes, and I'm just going to go ahead and talk about the next little business idea I had for everybody. A lot of experienced guys already provide this. Full tilt grading. How are you doing lives? I go to YouTube Studio, and you'll go up to the upper right. Let's see, Andrew Strudwick from Australia. Welcome in, man. But yeah, full tilt. On my laptop, I use a MacBook, and you just go up to YouTube Studio, and you'll click on your little icon, and you'll pull up your channel, YouTube, switch account, sign out. And of course, you'll go to your studio, and in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see a little camera, looks like a video camera with a plus sign on, which means add, and it'll say go live, and it'll tell you how to go live, man. If you want to full tilt, if you want to message me, and we'll get together and get on a phone call. And if you want to set up a live one night, I'll talk you through it, and we'll make it happen, man. You need to go live. It'll really build your channel. People love live streams. I don't know why. I don't think I'm exciting, but for the most part, everybody likes live streams. Let's see. Now, see, I cannot. Wilhelmer Muir. I just butchered that one, man. I am so sorry. He says, hey, next year you should do a millennial style stream where you talk to all the different excavation YouTubers. Man, I am stoked about it. I'm already going to talk to Dirt Boss. We've got a bunch of people that have reached out to me, and I've reached out to them, and we're going to do some multiple people live streams, and it's going to be so much fun. It's going to be a blast. So if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, and we're going to be getting that stuff going. Jeffrey Livingston, me and the wife was eating when you started earlier. Well, I hope I didn't interrupt, man. I hope I didn't interrupt. You guys be sure to go over to the Kendi fam and watch our little fun video about me and my wife talking about going to try to have a baby. I had so much fun making that video. It was absolutely hilarious. Let's see here. Michael Johnson bought a F700 dump the other day, looking to buy a machine pretty soon. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. You guys give me a thumbs up if this stream's actually coming in good and clear. I'm going to try not to move around too much, because I think when I start moving my hands, I think it causes it to lag. But yeah, man, that old F700, just take your time. Don't push it too hard. Unless it's just a solid old truck, man, I'd just take it easy and fill the market out and upgrade as you need to. Bill Hall, hello from Kentucky. Hello, Bill. Welcome into the broadcast, man. We're thankful to have you here. Shane Rowland is still here and in action. Jay Olive, how's it going, Jay? Good to have you here, man. He actually was one of the first people to buy one of our hoodies. He actually bought one of my Southeastern Land Specialist hoodies, but very soon we're going to have Digging Life 21 hoodies, and they're going to be awesome. They are going to be awesome. They're going to be fun, and I'm excited to be offering them very, very soon. So your efficient excavations, and you're back. What's your thoughts on renting versus buying when starting out? Renting is definitely the way I would go if you have no idea what the market is. If you don't know which size machine you're going to need the most, rent until you feel confident that you know which size machine is going to be the one that you would use the most. And once it gets to where you are spending a lot more per month renting than, like, for most people, any average machine, if you rent it for a week, if you keep a machine rented for 5 days, more than likely you're spending too much. If you rent for 5 days solid, most of the time that will add up to a payment on a machine. So if you own that machine and you pay that same amount of money for 5 days, wouldn't it be better if you paid that much money and you had it for a full 31 days? That's my opinion on that for sure. So start out renting, I think, is a good way to go, and then you just work your way up. Michael Weatherhead, Happy New Year. Desert Inn is full tilt. I know where you can get a 22. Oh, yeah, definitely. You better jump on that full tilt. Let's see. Okay, full tilt. I follow you on Instagram, so I'll DM you my number. Excellent. Very good, guys. And I am on Instagram, and I would be thrilled if you guys go over there. It's digging_life_21. You guys be sure to hit me up over there. Let's see here. Where are we at? Okay. Let's see here. I'm just working through the comments. Memna X, I've been starting at that circle spinning for like 7 minutes before I saw you started over. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. And luckily, Ohio texted me, and he told me that I lagged out. Let's see here. Those business. You're putting too many miles to buy used. Yeah. Oh man, if I buy now, I'll probably buy something new at this point in the game. Let's see here. Shane Rowland, how do you get them? WTQ, what kind of trailer are pulling behind your dump truck? I use an Econoline, and it's just a basic electric brakes trailer. If I could have afforded it, I would definitely went ahead and got a 20-ton trailer with air brakes. And anybody, even if you're just doing small equipment, just go ahead and, if you can, for the money, get you a good, decent 20-ton trailer with air brakes if you have an air brake truck, and you're not going to want to try to pull that trailer with a pickup truck that only has electric. There's that. The merch. Let's see here. Oh, how do you get them? I tell you what, if you guys will just go over to Instagram and hit me up over there, you can get a hold of me, or I'm going to try to put my email address in here. slm@gmail.com. Y'all can email us. And now, if you're asking how you can get some merch, we worked with a graphic designer that set up our logo and everything. And once they get you your logo, any printing company can use it to make your merch. Possible baby names yet? Yeah, if it's a girl, we're definitely going to go with the middle name. I think maybe Jade. I think that was a lot of. I'm not positive. You know, it's still early in the game, so me and Kelly are going to do some live together very soon, and we could probably answer those questions, which means she can answer those questions better. Let's see here. Jeffrey Livingston, you can always take that rent each month, and it can go to the purchase of the machine after 4 or 5 months. You know, that's one. Yeah, absolutely. Just about any rental company, if you rent the same machine for a while and you end up deciding you want to buy it, they will take that money and credit it onto the machine. Where are we at now? How many hours a week do you think you averaged your first year? Oh, man. I'd say that's a good question. When I went full time, between 40 and 60, I would say. I work a lot. I've always been a workaholic, and that's, all maintenance time and pulling equipment, getting it to and from the job site, working on the job sites. I would say pretty easily 40 to 60 hours a week consistently. Ellis Smallwood, I recently started Smallwood's land management in Pensacola, Florida. Congratulations to you. That's a big step. Watching you helped push me forward. Thank you, sir. You're very welcome, Ellis. You're very welcome, and keep coming into these lives and share with us your weekly experiences. It's always a good feeling that we're helping people. That's what it's all about. We want to help people. Southern Dirt 95 Colin Line is built about 20 minutes from his house. And it's been a good trailer. It's been a really decent trailer. The boards are starting to kind of get a little bit of rot on them, but I've had it for several years. You can make a Linktree account for free that has all your social media or business links. There you go. Bill Hall, what is the best material for a very steep driveway? That would be Road Bond, Crusher Run. It goes by so many different names. The most common one is Rock Crusher Run. And it is a mixture of 3/4 gravel with the crusher dust, the granite fines. And it bonds really good. A lot of people will use crushed concrete or asphalt millings. If you were going to try asphalt millings, I would do it in the middle of summer when it's hot. So when you put them down, they can get hot and kind of sticky and you can roll them in. That's what I would do. Windsor, anyone else lose him? I hope I haven't lost connection again. You guys give me a thumbs up if the connection is still good. Dan Ward, I've done dirt work for others about 5 years, excavation big and small, clearing drainage ponds. I'm going to start my own small business soon with about $150,000. What should I purchase first? If it was me, a dump truck. I would buy a dump truck, and then I would buy my own trailer. And then for what you're doing, I would get an excavator, a good size excavator with a blade. And just go ahead and try to get as big of a dump truck and trailer as you project the size of excavator you're going to need. So sounds like you got a little bit of experience in there. Good deal, guys. Good deal. We're coming in clear. Yeah, you need to, if you already know the size of excavator you're going to end up needing, you need to gauge which size dump truck and trailer you need to get. Now, if you're going to sub out dump truck work, get that big excavator. Get an excavator that's going to do the job for you. That would be my advice. Now, let's see. Where are we at? I can't wait for the new channel to get going. It's already up, man. It's already up. Like I say, it's the Kendi fam. Logan Stewart question, best way to get excavation experience before getting too serious? I don't have any excavation experience, but I do have farming experience. Excavation jobs are few and far between in my area. Best thing you can do is projects you want to do on your own property. You rent your excavator or whatever machine you want to use, and you practice on your own property. That way, you're not going to make yourself mad by playing around, moving some dirt. Other than that, just advertise for small excavation and grading, and you may be thinking about excavation and grading being big dirt moving projects, but really think about small stuff that's going to work for you. And we'll just real quick get into, let me do this real quick. Have you ever used a Harley power rake? I played around with one time back when I worked for United Rentals as a truck driver, but I've never really worked with one. My dad wants to completely tear it up and replant his yard. Dirt Boss Masonry and Excavating just did a video regrading and redoing a yard with a power rake. So go check his channel out, and I think it'll probably help you out. Let's see here. Lost you, but got you back. Okay, cool. I bought DP's Harley rake and love it. Where are we at now? Looking pretty hard. Okay, WTQ looking pretty hard. And a Bobcat E85. I think that's an awesome excavator. They're a good size. David Damon, hello from Michigan. Welcome in, my friend, a new subscriber, and I really appreciate you subscribing. I really, really do. Let's see here. I didn't like the 85 too slow. Most excavators, you can turn them up. Now if it's a new excavator, they will not turn up the pump too high because it's a warranty thing. But if you don't care, you go in there and adjust that set screw, you can turn an excavator up. You can turn them suckers up and they will move rapidly. So to get into just real quick, I don't think we'll get most of our watchers back from lagging out earlier. What I was talking about earlier is erosion control. It is the type of thing you can get into on a very small scale, and you can scale it up to a larger scale. And it's something I believe I've got a playlist for erosion control. I'll put it up on the channel community posts when we get off of here. But really look into it. Go to all of our channels, whether it's Digging Life 21, Dirt Boss Masonry and Excavating, Elite Earthworks, and go in the search bar and look up erosion control and familiarize yourself with all different types of erosion problems and how to fix it. And you'll find that a good part of erosion control is easily fixed with the right equipment, and it pays good. You look around just about everywhere, there are erosion issues. If you've got creeks and rivers near where you live or work, I can guarantee you there will be work for it. Now, you need to check with your local authorities. In North Carolina, you can work down to the stream level and you can repair erosion without necessarily permitting. Now, your specific area and whether you're in city limits, out of city limits, this can all change drastically. But the areas that I work, as long as I stay above the water level, I can work on it. I can't dig below the water level, but I can place large stone, whatever I need to fix it down in the water level. So you guys check that out. I'm going to do a video on erosion control that's more thought out and I can be more help. I'm not a very fast thinker, so it's harder for me to think on my toes about going through this stuff. When I did the drainage systems live stream, I had bullet points set up, and I wanted tonight's live stream to be about just kind of hanging out and answering questions and helping you guys out. But I wanted to just point out erosion control. That's a key word that you guys can study on, and you can add that keyword if you do Craigslist, Facebook advertising, anything like that. You add erosion control to the lineup of services you offer, and it will help you. You will get work doing it. Let's see here. Let me show a comment here from White House Farm. I don't know why I held it. It says, hope you had a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Keep doing your thing, helping people learn and making memories with your family. God bless, from fellow YouTuber. So there you go, guys. White House Farm. He's a fellow YouTuber. I haven't checked out his channel, so I can't vouch on what type it is, but you guys take it down and show some support for a fellow YouTuber. Let's see here. Where am I at? Well, we're not too far down. Maybe I had a slow one. Full tail grading. I did a job in a stream this year that took 6 years to get approved. I'm telling you, some of them are like that. I am telling you, some of them are like that. And if you're in question, as far as you can, Army Corps of Engineers, they are ones that you will work with if it is like a major repair. And like I say, full tilt, he needs to probably do. Oh, it's on his channel. So you guys go over. What's the title of the video, my man? Full tilt grading. If you can, go to that video and get a link and post it in the comments here so everybody can check it out once we get done here. I'm going to be signing off shortly. My voice is about done. think that, see, Dirt Root saw the video. Ohio Valley Pond and Excavation is not as responsible as the 308. He's talking about the E85, I believe. Come on, Moose. What is the best big excavator like the Bobcat E165 or one you've tried? Geez, I tried I think it was a Case 130. Was probably the closest thing in comparison that I've run, and it was pretty cool. I mean, Case is not by far the best machines, but I mean, they're pretty consistent, I think. WTQ, enjoyed the live streams and all your videos. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. It's my pleasure. I really enjoy making these videos. It is a lot of work. It is a lot of work to do. But, you know, it's what I enjoy, and I like having a record. And all you guys who are doing, let's see here. I'm going to show this real quick. Southern Dirt 95. Check out his channel, their channel. I do everything from excavating to farming. Dirt Root Case, I know. I haven't had many good experiences with Case. Their backhoes are junk. I've tried a couple of Case backhoes, and I did not like them. Let's see here. Where are we at? I keep getting lost. I just purchased a KX80 and a Fecon FMX36 and hoping to keep her busy in Colorado. Really enjoy your channel. Man, I am jealous. I would love to have an 80 Kubota. I think they're gorgeous machines. It's probably far more balanced. How many gallons per minute does your auxiliary flow run? Well, they got the Fecon head set to run on. I'd like to know that. I know my machines run 32 gallons a minute through my mulcher, and it takes every bit of it to spool the head up high enough to drive it through any kind of material. Let's see here. Let's see. Shane Rowland, have a good night, buddy. Thanks for dropping in. I appreciate it. I really do. What else for him? I wasn't expecting a shout out, but that proves what a great guy you are. I think so much. Well, you know, not many people have given me shout outs, you know, and I actually know one YouTuber that they said that they don't do shout outs because nobody helped them. Well, what a sorry reason to not want to help people. I would think that that's even more reason to want to help people. You know, you struggle maybe for 10 or 12 years and you finally make it, and you're so selfish that you don't want to help anybody else just because nobody else helped you. That's kind of one of the problems with society. So, yes, I'm going to give shout outs. And, you know, like White House Farm, I'm going to go watch their channel. And then if I like it and I think it's a good channel, then I can even more in the future when I see them in the live stream be like, I have watched their videos and they're good. They're about this, and help them even more. I want to help my viewers who are starting in this business, but I also want to help my fellow creators. I really do. And it's hard to be in YouTube. Most people never make it. I think they say it's 10,000 subscribers. Most people do not make it to that. And we're going to hopefully cross that before the end of the year. We've had a huge explosion of viewers, and it's been really humbling for me. Let's see here. Zach Brownfield, thank you for the info you share. I'm starting my own business in about 6 months and leaving the oil field for good. Good, man. I say go for it. You're going to do great. Just don't try to grow too fast. You know, do the work yourself. Run the business yourself. Learn it. Get good at it. If you want to grow, that's great, but I'm not going to grow past me and a helper, I don't think. Let's see. Desert Venice, I have a review on a Wacker Nelson 145 on his channel. They're pretty amazing. So I'm going to show this here. I don't know why it didn't show that. I think it's if you give yourself a shout out that it won't allow it to go through unless I approve it, which it should know by now that I approve all of them. It's just profanities because I do have families that watch this channel with their kids, and I just like to keep it family friendly. I want to keep it clean. let's see here. Where am I at? Bill Weaver, Merry Christmas from and Happy New Year from Macon, Missouri. Enjoy watching your channel. Find it informative. Keep it up. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All these good comments and people feeling like we've helped them. That's awesome. Let's see here. Camo Moose. Are tractors a good choice for excavation? I do not think so. I have a tractor. It's a Kubota M7060. It is great with the box blade for doing, rough grading and digging in, and the loader's good. But if you're truly going to be in excavation and grading, you're going to be moving a lot of dirt on site and digging. You're going to need an excavator and a skid steer. So I'm probably going to have some people leave, but I will be back literally in like 30 seconds. I just got to get me some water. This old man's voice box gets tired, So that wasn't too bad, was it? Hey, we actually had more people come in. Maybe I should talk less. Let's see here. So yeah, tractors are not for excavation grading. The reason that I actually started out with a tractor and loader, number one, the thought of having a $1,200 to $1,500 payment on an excavator or a skid steer scared me absolutely to death. But I could buy a big tractor with a good heavy loader and a box blade and a bush hog and let's see, I had a scrape blade for it. So you got all these implements, and I got all of this for like 50 something, 50. I can't remember if it's $54,000 or $56,000, and that's just a whole lot. Let's see. I don't know. Is Dirt Boss back in here? Sorry, I'm texting Dirt Boss there, letting him know I'm back on. I don't know if I didn't see him in here. A tractor is great for getting started doing side work because it's versatile. You can do all different kinds of services. I was using my bush hog to mow down poplar saplings that were this big. I was treating it like it was a forestry mulcher, and it worked, and I beat the hound out of that first tractor. But it got me started. And actually, my very first tractor cost me like $14,000. It was old gray market Yanmar. And you talk about tough machines. People laugh at them. The loaders were junk. But those old gray market Yanmar red tractors, they were something. Let's see here. Dirt Brute, I have a video running a case loader and it was falling apart as I was in salt barn. Man, we've all had that run in with that one machine. Some of us multiple machines. Dozer Dennis says he uses a tractor on almost all his jobs. So, they will work. Are they the best? Are they the most efficient? Usually not if it's actual excavation. But you can work with them and you can grow a company. Do I work on my own machines? Not anymore. I used to try to do a little bit of maintenance. Now, welding, I used to have a welding business. I had a welding business before I did excavation and grading. So I had a really strong welder, and I was practicing up. I was good at welding. The welder I have now is really low powered, and that's why I've got a C-clamp holding the pin on the knuckle of my boom, and because my weld broke. I won't lie, the weld stunk. It was awful. It looked like chicken poo-poo. No, I don't work on my equipment anymore just because I'm so busy that it costs me less to have somebody else work on it than for me to take the time to stop. So like our shop charge that works on my equipment, I think is $90 an hour, and I make and charge $156 an hour. So it doesn't make sense for me to stop my work and lose $156 every hour to save $90. So that's kind of one of those factors you have to factor in. am I saving money truly? Or do I need to just get in the shop and go work with another piece of equipment all day until this one's done? It's take your pick. Now, that being said, if you're in an area where there's not a whole lot of machinery shops, diesel shops to work on your stuff, and your machine goes down and it's going to be down for 2 weeks waiting in line, or you can fix it yourself, then I would fix it myself. I just changed the top idler or roller on the track of my excavator. I just did a video on that. First time I ever changed one. It wasn't the easiest thing I've ever done, but I got it done, and I didn't have to wait. 2 weeks is what the shop told me they were out. 2 weeks they'd be able to look at it. And I was like, no, I can't afford that. So you pick and choose. I've got a guy that does my oil changes and services, air filters and everything on site. Really good price. He's a really good guy. He's a friend of mine. So it makes sense that I run it and then I schedule it, and he comes and works on the machine in the evening time after I'm done and shut down and gone home. It works really well that way. Let's see here. Jeffrey Livingston, man, if you're not gone yet, have a good night. Thanks for dropping in. I appreciate you coming in, buddy. Where is we at now? James D. Slater, my friend, have a happy new year. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for dropping in. I heard you mentioned in the last video you were thinking of a skid steer. What model are you looking at? Probably like a TL12, something that big. I would get something as big as I could get. Memna X, you're going to cross that 10,000 by Tuesday is his call. Man, if I can cross over 10,000 subs, I'll be thrilled. Absolutely thrilled. Levi Hemphill specs say 26.5 gallons per minute on auxiliary flow. I guess I may have to turn it up. For the FMX 36, ideal is 28 gallons per minute. So you should be able to crank it out of that machine. You should be able to get that. Full Tilt Grading, YouTube is one big family. We have to look out for each other. That's exactly right, man. And like I told Dirt Boss today, I was messaging with him. I was like, man, he congratulated me on getting close to 10,000 subs. And I'm like, man, I'm going to chase you all the way to 1 million subs. He said, let's do it. And I'm like, well, we're going to leapfrog. I'm going to give him shout outs, and I don't expect shout outs back. Really, his channel's bigger, and I don't feel like I have as much to offer. But if for some reason I get to 30,000 subs and catch up, pass him up, and then I can give him a shout out. And I have viewers who are like, oh, well, I haven't watched him, and they go watch him, and his sub count jumps. And Full Tilt and everybody else, we can leapfrog. And at the same time, the people that I give shout outs to are honest people. They're good people, and they're putting out good, truthful content. And I feel really good about giving shout outs to creators like that, because it can look and reflect on me as a person. I'm not going to just give blind shout outs, but there is a handful of people who I am going to do it. And I will continue to give shout outs every chance I get until the end of the line. And if the people I give shout outs to shout me out every chance they get, I will be forever thankful. But if they don't, I understand. It's a busy life. And especially when you're starting a young channel, you need to focus on what you got going on and get your momentum going. So again, thanks Full Tilt. I appreciate it, man. We're going to get to the 10K mark and beyond. It's going to be awesome. Efficient Excavations, thanks for the advice. Your channel provides a lot of value to a guy just starting out. My plan was to buy a used 50 to 60 mini excavator, cash to eliminate overhead, and rent bigger when needed. I think that's a perfectly good idea. I think that'll work well. You want to keep operating money, so you don't want to just blow everything you got on a gamble. Keep a little bit of operating money. So if a 50, E50 or whatever, is the best you can get there. But rule of thumb, I would get as big as you can that's comfortable. And, you don't want to get something that's too big for what you can use it for if you're going through people's yards and stuff. But for me, I would get as big as I could. absolutely be as I could. Thanks to all 56 people who are in here. I appreciate you guys joining the live stream. I love seeing every one of you. I love every single comment. Drop me a thumbs up if I'm coming in clear. And if you guys can comment and let me know that if I move my hands or I move my body around, if you notice it lag worse, I'll try not to do that. But let me know if there are situations when the feed lags. That would help me out a lot. I don't want to just sit here and talk blindly and boringly into the camera because, that's boring. People don't want to watch that. But at the same time, what I say is more important than my body language. Let's see. If I missed anybody's questions, I'm trying to just get caught up. So just give me a minute and we'll get down here to the bottom and get caught back up. Thanks for, let's see here. Skid boot. Whatever you buy, make sure it has a radio. Man, I tell you, I use, let's see, that's Dirt Boss. Let's see here. Yeah, definitely. Radio is nice. Radio makes those long days easier. I use iHeartRadio on my phone, and I wear a headset because my machine is really noisy. Yanmars do not have a very good sealed, as far as sound cab in them. Let's see, JD, glad to hear the Western North Carolina dialect is still alive. Love your channel. Thanks, man. Thanks. I'm trying to enunciate. I know I'm a hillbilly. I try to enunciate for everybody out here as best I can. Camoed Moose, how much money should you be spending if you want to start a business? Well, that is a good question. And I would not spend, it's hard to put a number on how much you should spend to get started. You can get, in my area, you can get any dump truck that runs and dumps is worth $10,000. But is it better to spend $10,000 toward a down payment on something newer and more reliable? I think so. I do think so. I got Wilbur, my 1985 Ford L9000 dump truck for a steal. Granted, the fuel pedal was not hinged to the floorboard. I had to reach down and run the fuel for an hour drive home with the thing, and I put a ton of money into it. But you don't want to get something so cheap just because you could pay cash for it. And that's the only reason. You are much better off to get something that's in decent shape and is ready to work. It is such a pain, and you will lose a ton of money if you buy a really old piece of equipment. For number one, it's breaking down all the time, so the breakdowns cost you money. But then two, you're dead in the water. Your customers are wondering why you're not there doing their job. They're going to cancel on you. And you really can't blame them. So that's what we ran into with old dump trucks, was they were staying in the shop. I mean, we'd work 2 weeks and break down. Work 2 weeks, break down. And it was just too aggravating. So you make those choices. And like I say, I've dropped my email address in here, and you guys are more than welcome to email me with specific questions, and we can get together and come up with some better solutions. It's hard without me being able to ask all the questions that I need to ask you to come up with a solution. I don't want to just throw general answers out to you, because a general answer can it can help you, but it can also hurt you very much, So that's something to be thoughtful of. Let's see here. Andrew Strudwick, I'm going through the process now, Todd, buying my own commercial industrial block for a decent shed to start my own mini excavator business. Dry and wet hire for jobs. Awesome, man. Get out there and get after it, dude. Just go for it. And I'm telling you, if you've been thinking for sure like 2 years, I would like to have my own excavation business. I would like to start my own business, period. I can almost bet you, if you've been thinking about it and you have wanted to do it for that long without changing your mind, if you don't at least try, you will regret it. You will look back one day when you feel like it's too late, you're too old, too much time has passed, or you're not in a position anymore. You will regret not trying it. So, you can sit all day long. You'll think, I want to try this. Well, automatically, most people go to thinking, what's going to go wrong? What can cause me not to be successful? success is not necessarily, you shouldn't base your life on success or failure. You need to base it on experience. Stop thinking, I want to have, your first thought is you want to have a business. And then you think, I want it to be successful. Well, your first process is to have that business and experience it. There are too many variables that are outside of your control that could go wrong. If you think of variables that are outside of your control that could put you out of business, and that's your choice why you're not even going to try it, then you've got the wrong mindset. You've got to think about all the variables that you can control. And if those variables that you can control and you make right decisions and you see it will work, then don't even think about the variables you can't control. Otherwise, you're definitely not going to do it. So why even think about it to begin with? Because it's a dream and it's something you want to do and you should go for it. That's what I think. Right or wrong, that's what I think. Let's see here. Marty Witt, where is the best place to advertise starting excavation small company? Enjoy your stuff. Thanks a lot. Marty, I am going to tell you, and this I've told everybody, I've got videos about it. The best place to advertise is on your vehicles. It is on your trucks, whether it's your pickup truck that you drive around. Now, let me just tell you where I advertise that has made the biggest difference. Number one, on my Ram 1500, I've got all three sides, driver's side, passenger side, rear end. My wife's car, we've got decals on the driver's side and the passenger side. Dump truck is decaled, driver's side, passenger side, tailgate. Now, Wilbur, my old dump truck, I just ain't got around, and we haven't been running him a whole lot since we don't have a driver right now. You have got to get those decaled. Why? Because number one, I can guarantee you people will see it because you're going to drive it. Two, it's going to work. I had a lady stop me the other day and ask me to sit still for a minute so she could take pictures of my truck to get the phone number because she wanted to have her parents call me about demoing a house. I don't even have demolition on my truck. That's not one of the services I list. So the best place to advertise, your vehicles and yourself. You've got to get, people see this as a uniform. They see it as professional. The other thing is people like consistency. And that's why all of our cars are black and white and the decals all look the same. The decals on the vehicles are the same as the lettering on our clothes. And the reason I like wearing the same clothes is people, like I said, love consistency. So when you show up to meet a customer and look at a job, I'm dressed in the same. I've got the same outfit. I've got like probably 10 or 14 changes of the same shirts, same hoodies, same pants, and I wear the same boots. And that is because after I meet them and I line up the job, when I show up to do the work, I look exactly the same. And people like that because it's consistent. They see your appearance change and they assume that maybe something has changed about the job or that the person has changed. It's a psychological thing to win in bids and continuing them on. You want to keep the confidence of the customer the whole time, from the time you meet them till the time you collect your pay and you leave. They need to know that the person that they met the first time is the same person that leaves. I don't know why, but I feel that way. I feel better if I hire a service, that's how they look. That they are consistent. They are uniform. It's just another reason. You look at military, everybody's uniform. Everything is the same. It's just a good way to operate. I'm telling you. And that's the other thing. That's the other hard thing about me upgrading dump trucks. The truck I buy has to be black or white, black on white. And plus, that's our color scheme. Now, granted, if it's an older truck and I don't care, just rattle can it, and I can paint the cab from red, I can prime it gray, turn it white, or golden. And the other thing is gray and white is pretty cheap. You got to buy new stuff at the dealership. Gray and white's plain is pretty cheap. Just simple as that. Where are we at now? That was Marty Whitt, I think. Let's see here. Look at that. Oh, Lordy. Let's see. There's Dirt Boss back in here. Welcome back in, buddy. Let's see, where am I at now? Man, I'm way behind. So many people, so little time. I'm getting there though, guys. I'm gonna speed up on these little responses. Okay. Blake Merkel Trucking, do you have many customers that try to nickel and dime you by trying to get you to cut corners? I found in my neck of the woods, people want to go the cheapest route by trying to cut corners. Sure. And a lot of times, and I've preached this in one of my videos, I do try to give people 3 options on jobs, but I never allow my cheapest, least expensive option to be one that just is a junk job. We can do basic jobs, but we don't ever go down below where we feel like the job is decent. So, I mean, there's a lot of people out there that can't afford the best job. You can give them a decent job, but don't cut corners down to where it's garbage. Just don't even fool with it. Let's see here. Hi from Tennessee, White Bee 6.0. Welcome into the broadcast, my friend. Thanks for joining us. Handy Cam Lawn Service. I'm a new startup business that seemed to have trouble charging the customer for a machine rental. Did this ever happen to you, and how do you figure out the total cost to charge? Thanks. It really depends on the type of machinery. If it's a machine that's over, say, 20 to 25,000 pounds, and it's a full day of work, I generally make $1,000 plus operating expenses. So it's $1,000 plus fuel, what they charge to haul the machine to the job and back, and any other, fuel, rent, transport costs, everything that's an expense. Add $1,000 to it, give them the price, and if they go for it, great. If they don't go for it, then you don't have to do it. So you're Tim Freeman. Hey man, how's it going? Merry Christmas to you. And he says Merry Christmas to all of you as well. Let's see here. Do you have an opinion on dozer blades for skid steers? The Deere 333G is a sexy machine. I've never used a dozer blade on a skid steer. Somebody in here can comment in the comments to you, sir, but I've not ever used one, so I can't really weigh in on that. James Hackett, I'm getting ready to go into business. I've been watching you and it's helping. I'm still working a full-time job. Thanks, man. I'm glad the videos are helping. I'm having a lot of fun making the videos, and I'm glad that it helps people. It really does make it a lot better to know that people are enjoying it. Full Tilt says, I have tried dozer blades for skid steer and don't really think they are worth it. Just my opinion. So there you go. He's not up for them. Let's see if we can jump down in the questions. Fish Mo. And y'all, howdy from Idaho. Love the content. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for dropping in. That is iFishmo. Skid Boot. I wonder if Dirt Boss will come back. He was in here a minute ago. There he is down there. I see him. He snuck back in. Let's see here. Papierskis. I definitely like the telescoping dump stock. Yeah, they're definitely, they dump good. The only thing about having those on a single axle is the fact that they have to have like a box in the bed for that cylinder to push up. It takes up some of your bed space or reduces your bed space. So I don't like the scissor lift style dumps, but they do afford you to have a little bit more room in the bed of the truck. Let's see here. Let me jump in here. All right. Let's get on down the way here. Get caught up just a little bit. Yeah, that's true. Blake Merkel. Old dump truck, you spend 10 hours in them in the day and 10 hours under them at night. I'm telling you, man, they definitely can aggravate you. And it can be hard, super hard to keep them running at all if they're really, really old. That 75 I had, I poured so much money into it. And it is truly cheaper. I'll tell you guys this. Hold that thought. Wilbur, our 1985 Ford L9000. I think we figured up that truck was costing us between $1,500 and $2,000 per month to keep it running. Not to mention the downtime we had. Now, our newer dump truck, the 2019 F750, it doesn't have the torque that Wilbur does, but it does pull. It pulls, I'd say, 9.5 to 10 tons on the highway, about like Wilbur pulls 7.5. That's just the truth of it. And, you know, we pay close to, I think, $1,400 and something a month for that truck. It's new. It's got a warranty. It gave us some troubles in the beginning with the DEF system. We got those fixed and ironed out. And we've gotten some pretty good service over the past, I'd say, 10 to 12,000 miles. It's been a good truck, and it's holding up good. And it threw a check engine light the other day, and I thought, oh, crud, here we go again. But I drove it for a few miles that day, and I think it was just because it was so cold and I had it parked in a weird way. It cleared its own code out and hadn't give me no problems. Didn't reduce power or anything like that. Now I am jealous of Dirt Boss's truck. He's got a real beautiful truck, but you got to go over to his channel and check it out if you want to find out what it is. See what I did there? You're welcome, Dirt Boss. Let's see here. Justin Musselman, do you have customers sign contracts or agreements or anything, or just a handshake? Man, the days of the handshake are over. You've got to have everything in writing, and you have got to have it detailed. And not detailed just to protect yourself, but to give your customers confidence. That is huge. It is absolutely huge to give your customers confidence and protect yourself. Write it out to a T. I tell my customers that my contracts are a recipe for job completion. And I outline from one little step to the next exactly what I'm going to do in what order. And that way I'm like, you can sit here and look at this contract or this, write up, and they can watch me do the job in exactly that order from start to finish. You don't want to leave any questions, because customers, some of them are great. Some of them you feel like you could do on a handshake, and then you wish you hadn't. And it's the ones you think might be a problem that don't give you any problems at all. So just cover yourself. That's the deal on that. Wendell Hopkins, my phone is throwing words together. I'm sorry. I understand that. Where are we at? Full Tilt Green says, I agree, Todd. Life is too short not to take a chance on yourself. Guys, you've got to do it. If you are in question, and it doesn't matter if it's business, anything in your life, if for a couple of years you've been saying, I want to do this. If you want to if you live on the coast of North Carolina and you just want to see Utah in person, go. Just do it. And if it's business, go for it. Unless you just know it's not going to work. You may have to relocate. You may have to go to a bigger city to have a business. And I can tell you, if you want to have a business, you've got to be around people. In this industry, you've got to be around a large number of people and properties that need either built or maintained. It's simple as that. But focus on the factors you can control. Don't make your decision on whether or not to do this based on what ifs, factors that you can't even control, factors you can't foresee. a lot of success in business, sure, there is a lot of luck. There is a lot of happenstance, I guess you might say, but a lot of it's in your control. And a lot of it is, are you willing to do what it takes? And to me, what set me apart from a lot of people I know is I've done all the work. I get out there, I do the digging, I sweat, I bleed, and you are the only person you can count on 100%. If you know that you're going to do whatever it takes, you can count on that. You can't count on a worker to show up for $18 an hour. If they may have something better to do, they're going to call out. They don't care that you have a schedule to keep. But if you can count on yourself and you're willing to spend a few years working by yourself to start your company and get your name out there, I think most people can make it. Not everybody can be a business owner. Some of us are just operators. Some of us are just business people. But those of us who can do both, you will succeed. Just do it. Let's see here. Dirt Brood, I just shoot for happiness now. And that's what a lot of it is. If you don't make a whole lot of money, but you get to go to work whenever you want to in the morning, you take lunch when you want to, you cut off of work when you want to. Granted, I'm a workaholic. I work daylight to dark if I can, but it's up to you. It's up to you as a person to make it happen. Sometimes it's easier for some of us, and some of us it's harder. But if you're willing to do what it's going to take, you'll be fine. The construction dude, hey man, I'm the kid who wants to start up my own construction company. I really look up to you. Man, that's awesome. I was talking to this kid the other day, I think. Yeah, man, yeah. He's 14, 15-year-old kid, man. He's already gotten the bug. And, man, I'll talk to you anytime you need. My email address is in here. Let me just put my email address in here real quick, guys, and pin it to the top so I don't have to keep typing it in like a fool. I am not an electronic guru. All right, so there's that. Let me skip down. I'm going to pin this up to the top. So anybody can email me here. And it's if you want a Southeastern shirt or hoodie, you can get it here. And if you just need some detailed advice, feel free to email me, you guys. I'll help you as best I can. Felipe Dantes. Hi from Brazil. Man, I tell you what, that's from a walk away. Welcome into the broadcast. Thanks for joining us. Let's see here. Where are we at? I'm sure I've skipped over somebody. I feel like I've skipped somebody. All right, I'm just going to skip on down, and you guys might just have to, ask me your question again. Randall Bertelson, do you use a computer program for the contract? No, I'll just type up an email. I don't have, now you can print off like a general contract and fill it in, but you guys can, I just type up an email, just a very detailed email is what I do. Smooch, I like that. First time on your live chat. Got a question. Is Tickle on Moonshiners related to you? Because you sure sound like him. Please, no offense. LOL, just humor. Have a good one. Don't take off just yet, man. Actually, Tickle from Moonshiners lives, I am pretty sure, about 45 minutes from my hometown. And a lot of those guys on Moonshiners are within an hour drive of where I grew up. So, yeah, it makes sense that we all talk about the same. They are actually a little bit more out in the woods than me. Those guys from out toward Robbinsville, North Carolina, I don't know them personally, and I'm not related as far as I know, but we are definitely from the same area. Hopping on down, Steve Sedello, are you happy with your brush cutter you bought? I have not even got to try that thing yet, man. I'm sure I will be. It is a little bit different. The motor on it does not require a case drain, I found out, like the one that I rented in the video. And it's a reversible motor. I'm sure I'm going to be happy with it. The principle's the same. Everything else about it is the same. we'll just have to, once I try it out, and I've got a job booked for that mower. So we'll be giving it a try very, very soon. Let's see here. Truck. I'm just hopping down through here, guys. Bear with me. Full tilt grading. The key thing is you have to be willing to work hard. If not, keep your 9 to 5. That's the truth. Owning your own business is not always convenient. It's not always easy. And sometimes the work or the equipment will dictate when you start or finish. The best thing is, most areas you have rain and you have dry times, and you've got to be willing to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning sometimes and work for 2 days, daylight to dark or after, to get done before that week of rain or that snowstorm blows in. Just ask Dirt Boss. You've got to make hay while the sun shines, guys. That's the biggest thing about it. You got to get with it while it's there. Let's see here. A guy with a tractor. Advice for young people. I wish someone had told me. Spend money on things that make you money. I have wasted too much money on toys. Man, that is solid. That is solid advice. And that is one thing I lived by for the first couple of years when I went on my own full-time self-employment. I did not buy any toys. I did not spend money on anything unless it was for the business. And, of course, survival, like food. I didn't buy clothes. My clothes were junk, man. I probably looked like a hobo hillbilly, but I still managed to get jobs, and I made it. I've made it to where I'm at now. You do tickle. No kidding. No kidding. Let's say, Grade A Land. Heard you got a tilt bucket for the excavator. Looking forward to that video. I am stoked, Grade A. I am stoked. That is going to be just a game changer, a time changer. It's going to make grading so much easier. I watched Dirt Boss's video on his tilt bucket. I got a 48-inch, and it's huge, and I am so excited. So excited. It'd probably be better. I may end up getting another additional counterweight for my machine if I don't upgrade to something bigger just to help me handle it. We'll see how the balance is, but it is a huge bucket. I am so excited. Justin, must wonder if you bought a skid steer, would you also buy a mulching head for it? More than likely. I probably would once I had the money to just buy the mulching head. For sure. And I would not buy a skid steer that could not handle a mulching head. So I would buy a machine that's designed for forestry mulching, and then I would just use it for dirt work, because I would use it for mulching way more than dirt type stuff. Oh, cool. I finally made it down to the bottom. You guys are free to go ahead and retype in any questions I might have missed, just in case. But I finally got caught up. Let's see here. Commode Moose, if you are moving locations for your business, what should you be doing to make sure you have customers? Just go ahead and advertise in advance. Drop you some Craigslist ads, maybe some Facebook. And I would also kind of scout the area. I would go and I would ride around and see if there's a whole bunch of people with, like for my business, I would ride around and look and see if there's a whole lot of brush, big lots that are just full of brush that are great for, bush hogging, forestry mulching. I would look at driveways to see if there's a lot that are washed out. And I would also look to see if there are driveways that look like they've been freshened up recently. And that's a good indication that there are people in that area that can afford to have their driveways worked on. Some people just let them go and on and on and on. And it's because people don't have the money to fix their stuff. Let's see. Chadwick Matthias, hello from Fostoria, Ohio. Welcome to the broadcast, my friend. And anybody who's new to this, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you're into excavation, grading, land clearing, and demolition, well, I do it all. I make videos about all of it. You can watch, you can comment, you can learn, you can make fun of it. It's all good. We're glad to have you here. We've got our family growing, And be sure to come into the lives because there's a lot of other content creators in here who are awesome. You will see Elite Earthworks LLC in here when he's not recovering from the COVID. You're going to see Dominique, the dump truck driver, and of course, my buddy, Dirt Boss Masonry and Excavating. We all are trying to grow a community of different creators who have different strengths, and all of these guys, and there's guys in here that are in the comments. You see Grade A Land in there. He's commenting. You got Full Tilt. There's just a slew of people in here who are good access to learn from. Even if they don't really teach and go into detail about what they're doing, just watching what they're doing, you will pick up on stuff. And you will pick up on business advice. I talk about how much jobs pay. You cannot expect every creator to divulge that, because especially if they're in an area that there's a lot of competition and not much work, it could really mess up their edge. Fortunately, I'm in an area where all the contractors charge pretty much the same anyway. We all know what each other charge, and I don't try to. One thing that's kind of set me free and has made me confident in the business is I don't compete with people. I don't care what Joe charges or Larry or whatever. I charge what I charge for the job that I do. And people get it in writing. And that's the other thing. If you give an extremely detailed contract, it gives that customer confidence that that's what you're going to do. They know they've got proof. You've signed off on it, and they know what they're paying for in that contract. If somebody else is a little bit more vague, they're not going to be confident in having that person work because they don't know exactly what they're going to get. And that will give you an edge right there. Dirt Boss, I want a mulcher head for my Kubota. Oh, man, dude, it'll run it. It will run it. I think his is a 95. He's got a cool bucket for his skid steer. He's got a tilt bucket for his Kubota skid steer, man. That thing is awesome. I'm totally jealous. Camo Moose, are really small excavators worth it, like the Bobcat E10? I think if you were a plumber, yes. But if you're looking into moving any kind of dirt, I would look at about a 20,000-pound machine. At least, I should say at least a 12,000-pound machine if you're looking at doing much dirt moving. Let's see. John Tay Watkins. John Tay. Okay, good. I said it. I was afraid that the J made an H. Okay. John Tay, what is your opinion on compact tractors instead of large tractors for small jobs? For example, B-Series Kubotas. B-Series Kubotas are good if you're not moving a lot of dirt and you're wanting to do like small little trenching, putting in like drainage pipes, 4-inch drainage pipes. They'd be okay for that. But, and if you're grading driveways, a B-Series tractor can grade a driveway if it's not very steep. Most gravel migrates downhill, so you need at least, if you were doing a lot of driveway work, I would get a 50 horsepower tractor or bigger. That from experience. I have run tractors that were 30 horsepower. I've run 50, 75, and bigger. So definitely a good mid-range tractor size is a 50 horsepower for doing general little, driveway grading, and you can scrape off a pad, but they don't have the power or the weight to power through digging sod and stuff very, very well. But now, like a guy with a tractor says, you'll get work, and it just depends on how fast you want to get it done. Michael Fitzgerald, good to see you, man, here. Have you ever watched Andrew Camerota's channel? He's very mechanically inclined. He's taken some very old and worn out equipment, rebuilt them to make him some reliable equipment for himself. Yeah, I've watched Andrew C., and I learned a lot from him, mostly about filmography, how he films his stuff, and he's a good creator. Obviously, look at how many subscribers he has. He's killing it out there. Let me go ahead and say Full Tilt Grading 4 a.m. is just around the corner. Got to get some sleep, guys, later. Good to have you in here, man. We can't wait to see you on the next one. J-Bone, why did you go with F750 versus F650? Do they haul that much difference? Not really. It's more what they're rated to haul. It was my understanding that the 750 and the 650 are roughly the same, but one just has a higher rating. It's rated to tow and haul a little bit more, is what it was told to me. And I just wanted the biggest truck that I could get in that class. I just wish I'd been able to get a bigger engine with a lot more torque. That was the downside. Let's see here. TNT, Andrew Camarada is one smart young man. Hats off to him. He definitely is making it happen. I heard that he was like he was a mail carrier before he did all this stuff. That's what I was told. I don't know if that's true or not. Let's see here. Baby Air Skis Property Services. Skid steer changed my whole work efficiency than his 70 horsepower tractor. So, you really got to study on the types of work you're going to want to do. My biggest thing that really kicked my business off was driveway repair. And it's funny because as a kid, I went with my dad on a couple of driveway jobs, and he showed me how to scrape a driveway and kind of the general idea. But I watched a lot of videos on actual grading, excavation and grading, and I just got out there and did it. A couple of jobs I was not prepared for. I was scared to death, but I got through them. I got the job done, and I did as good of a job as I could, and I'm still getting better. I'm still learning. And I would say that I'm going to be learning until the day that I just can't either climb in the truck or I can't climb in the excavator. I don't think I'm somebody that would ever truly retire. I'd slow down, but I'm going to keep going till I can't. You guys give me a thumbs up if I'm still coming in clear. Hopefully I'm not lagging too badly. Let's see here. Windsor, I'm going to show this because I feel like every opinion should be shown. Let's see. Good and bad. We all have opinions of different people, but some stuff, I guess, and even I have come up short a little bit. The last, and Dirt Boss will probably confirm this with me if he watched it. I was installing a couple of creek culverts. They were 2 4-foot culverts, and I originally planned for them to be set deeper in the creek. And I intended for them to have about 2 feet between them so I could compact it better. And what ended up happening is when I dug into the creek, I dammed the creek up, but it rushed me a little too much. And when I dug into the creek, it was too bowl shaped. It wasn't 2 separate bowl shapes to hold the pipes. So when I started backfilling, it started pushing the pipes together, and it did cause me to have water kind of flowing under one of the pipes. And I ended up having to go back and do a bunch of work in essence, I had to build a false creek bed, like a unnatural creek bed up at the front of that front pipe. And it worked, and it did stop the flow of water. I need to go back and check on it, but it did fix the problem. But it was the way I would do it now, I would do it differently, and I would do a better job. But the pipes are there. As far as I know, there's not water flowing under them, and they're solid. They haven't washed away. So the job is effective, but in the future, I will definitely be able to do a better job. And there's actually a video after the install that the name of it, I think, was Eating Crow. I had to eat crow. I had to go back because a lot of viewers said, there's going to be water going under those pipes. And I thought, no, I think I got it. Sure enough, water flowed under them, and I had to modify it to fix it, which if I'd done it the way I'd planned exactly the first time, I wouldn't have had to go back a second time. So that just goes to show you that you're better off just to push on through or dig it out and redo it. One of the two. Corey Pfeiffer, welcome in from Pennsylvania. Just starting out working on the weekends. Hopefully it will come around. I work a KX40, nice machine. Any thoughts on the mini disc mulcher? from Rut. I assume Rut Manufacturing. I've watched it, and it seems to look like it works pretty good. And let's see down here. Actually, somebody chimed in. They've got a Rut 36-inch tree slayer on the way. Can't wait to try it out on my Bobcat E50. The good thing about the disc mulchers is you don't have to have a whole lot of hydraulic force pushing them. It's the momentum of the head. Once you get it spun up, that's what pushes through the wood. So as long as you've got the hydraulic flow that's necessary, it's probably going to work for you. I think it'll work good for you, Corey. James Hackett, I love the 8-ton Bobcat excavator, E85, and the old 442. The 442s were pretty good machines. We had those a lot at United Rentals, I believe it was. Or, yeah, United Rentals. Camo Moose, what do you think of the side of septic installations? Would this be a good way to start? Like I say, when you're starting out, you want to provide as many different services as you can. In my area, there are so many septic installers that they have bid each other down to where it really doesn't make much profit. So for me, septic's not something I want to get into. Now I'll sub it out and I'll make a couple of $100 just doing the referral. That's how I would make some money on septic installations. Just advertise for it. You get the job. You call your buddy that's certified. Let them do the work. Say I live close to Dirt Boss. He does septic. I'm not certified for it, but if somebody calls me and is like, hey, I need a septic put in, can you come give me a quote? I'm like, yeah, I'll have Mike give you a call. So Mike goes out and he prices the job. If it's somebody like Dirt Boss that I could trust and him say, all right, man, I'll just give you $200 for the job and you can walk away, I'd do it. But if it's somebody I don't know and it's an area I'm not familiar with and who I'm subbing to, I don't know them and I don't trust them, then I would charge even more. I would run the risk of losing the job because I had too much, but I would add $500, say just a round number, but it would be in that range, $500. And my sub would give me a price to do it, but I would write the contract to do the job for the customer. Okay. So then your customer pays you, you pay your subcontractor. But you got to be careful. Make sure in your area, that you are properly licensed, depending on what you're doing and the price of the job. That's how I would handle that. Let's see here. Jeff Worley, welcome into the broadcast, my friend. Welcome in from East Tennessee. What do you think about GPS on equipment? I think any way to secure your equipment would be good. I had a GPS on a truck one time, and it ended up just being kind of a waste. As long as you disable your equipment, you pull the starter relay or the fuel relay and you cut your fuel off and just make it hard. And especially if you've got equipment that you have a warranty you got insurance. As long as you carry full insurance on your equipment and it's covered against theft, I would not pay for GPS. I don't think it'd be worth it. My insurance company's great. I had a trailer stolen one time, and the next day they had the claim filed, and they were about to cut the check to send it to me. And then we found it, and it turned up in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. It was a trailer. So if you got full coverage insurance, I would not use GPS. I would just let the crooks have it and buy a new piece of equipment. That's just me. Let's see here. As Dirt Boss says, septic makes great, quick money. Got to be on point, though. So you've got to have it right. As far as I know in North Carolina, you have to be certified. And I would imagine anywhere else you have to be certified unless you're installing it for yourself on your property. But if you're getting paid by a customer to put it in, got to be certified. Let's see, Brandon Bedrosian. I have a Deere 26G, perfect for small jobs with my 7x14 dump trailer. Makes for easy loading. There you go. Dump trailers are easy to load, but if you're in like the mountains of North Carolina like me, a dump trailer is almost impossible to get in some places, and it's always a hassle. So a dump truck's definitely the way to go in that case. But dump trailer's a good way to get going. If you have a pickup truck and you don't have the money to invest in a dump truck, then there you go. Let's see here. Skid boot. I get calls from engineers wanting test pits done for septics. Good job for beginners. Absolutely. Most people I know charge $100 per pit, and most of the time you do 3 of them. For my setup, it's not worth it. Now, I've had people call me and say, hey, I need pits done. The guy's supposed to be there tomorrow. I'm like, well, my minimum's $750. If I'm gonna load my machine and go within 30 minutes, $750. And you know, if somebody's in a hurry, they're gonna pay you. Blake Merkel. If you're just starting out, a dump truck or a skid steer or a mini, you can get some good starter work and just buy more equipment as you go. That's exactly right. Just start out with what you can. You know, start out, make it happen. See, skid bait. You know, Let's Dig stole my trailer. You know, I wouldn't put it past him. He's just trying to get the upper hand on me. Is what it is. Anytime I go on a job site and there's a Bojangles cup, I have to look over my shoulder. Not true, but true. Dirt Brew says I do some septic with my buddy, but they beat it down bad here, so I didn't renew my license. See, it's just, you know, some services, and it'll go through cycles. You know, everybody will get into septic, and when there's no money in it, everybody will get out of it. They'll go to something else and drive those prices down, but then septic will go back up. And you just got to be on your toes and be aware of what is paying the best and target that. Let's see. Windsor, I'm sorry, that trailer showed back up. Michael Fitzgerald, the county I live in, septic systems don't require any permits or inspections. See, that's crazy to me. North Carolina, where I'm at, they are serious about it. I mean, they don't want you to do anything unless they check it. Yeah, Dirt Boss asks, where's that? Dirt Root, I do perk tests here, $400. There you go, man. Easy, quick, easy, $400. Michael Fitzgerald, I've wondered several times if I had a small excavator, if I could get business from funeral homes digging graves. A lot of the vault companies, the people that build the vault and for the casket to go in, they actually have their own companies that, or they've got their own teams. They have their little backhoe and they'll go and they'll dig the grave. But grave digging is a business. I mean, if anything, I would advertise for large animal burial. You can make money burying a horse. Most people can't drag a horse by hand or dig a hole that big. Usually they know somebody. So it's something to look into, guys. You know, anything that's digging related, you know, advertise it. And if you can dream it and think, well, you know, maybe people need me to dig for that. You know, you can do small animal burial. You can go up to somebody's house. You know, some people don't want to touch a damn animal. Take a shovel over there, bury their cat, and collect $150. Michael Fitzgerald says he's in Mississippi, a very rural county. Blake Merkel Trucking. The vault companies around here just use the same guy. Yep. Say so. In my area, I can't think of it. I think it starts with a W. It'll come to me as soon as we, you know, quit the live. But yeah, the vault companies usually do their own digging, and they place the vault, and they've got the elevator that, you know, you put the coffin on and we'll lower it in. I've got a friend that has a cremation and burial business, and he does quite well with it, I think. Let's see. Skid boot. Yeah, I remember you telling me about your burial experience. Yeah, you did, but you can definitely put it in the comments if you'll throw it back out there. Levi Hemphill, sorry, man, my server's cut out, but I was wondering what you do for your billing. Venmo is great. PayPal, you want to make sure that they do the friends. You can either do friends or I think business, and you have to have them select you as a friend. Otherwise, it charges a charging fee. Venmo is great. We do Square, but we do charge 4%, 4 or 5%. I don't remember what Kelly does, but it's 4 or 5% additional to cover the processing. So that will help. Everyone and their brother around here wants French drains. French drains are a great little money maker. I like doing them. As a dirt boss, I've been asked to be a grave digger before. They work cheap but steady. People always dying. Isn't that the truth, man? We're all going to die sometime. If it has to do with feeding people, which people have to eat, they have to breathe, and we're going to have to die at some point. So you're guaranteed to make some money. If somebody asked me, is an emergency situation, they're like, our backhoe went down, will you come dig a grave? I would. I absolutely would. And I'd probably do it for a good price. Just for the reasoning. Blake Merkel, dirt boss, sad but true. Skid Boot, I'll fill you in sometime. Yeah, absolutely, guys. Well, I've had a great time tonight. I think what we've been doing about 2.5 hours here. So I'm going to save some of the voice. If you're new to the channel, excavation, grading, demolition, be sure to subscribe. We'd love to have you join the family. I'm looking forward to doing a collaboration with Dirt Boss, especially very soon. So, Mike, I'm looking forward to it, man. I just got to figure out how we're going to do it. If you got any ideas, but we'll get together. We'll text and get a call, and we're going to do a super fun live stream with me and him both. Dominique, the dump truck driver, we're going to be doing a live stream with her and Elite Earthworks. So thanks, guys, for joining me. I've had a great time. It's been amazing. And I'll be back on tomorrow at some point and for the rest of the week. Thanks, guys. Can't wait to see you again.